the shot or not.
Look at that. Perfect. Hi, guys. Welcome to Open the Vaults. It's me, Manny, and...
Me, Dan. Hey, guys.
Yeah. Look, guys, perfect marketing, but if you want to buy a Glasshammer t-shirt or Glasshammer hoodie, they are fairly reasonably priced, and this orange icon in the middle over here, I believe I'm pointing to, but I can't see because the camera's a little bit behind. It says, oh my god, that's pretty good actually. It says that the elite discount is 10% on our merchandise, so that'd be pretty cool.
You get 10% off tickets, anything Glasshammer.
Yeah.
Tickets, objective markers, clothing, dice, all of it.
Very nice. So, keep you warm when you're playing your games in the winter. Winter is here, basically. But yeah, guys, now this video, I'm sure you've all been waiting for it, and it is Salamanders and Imperial Fists. Now, battery on my phone's pretty much dead, Dan, so we're going to need yours to check the comments on this one. But, guys...
Oh, you can't see comments on your laptop.
Here they are. No, look, they don't appear, but I bet you someone has said something, or it's told us who's watching and stuff like that, but this doesn't actually tell me who's watching, which is a little bit annoying. Look how many comments you've got!
God, yeah,
look how many comments you've got! And my laptop's actually telling me that no one said anything yet, guys. You amateur. Turn the volume down. God.
There we go.
What's going on? What are people saying? Ass mantle.
It's Ash bitching and moaning about Marines again, and then Andy being very reasonable as he always is.
Well, guys, here we are. Salamanders and Imperial Fists. Let's start with Imperial Fists. Yeah? Start with the yellow boys. Well, guys.
So basically, so as a quick, what's going to happen is we normally do a read through the codexes. We won't go through everything. Just kind of stand out things that we think are cool or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, Manny has got a load of kind of cool combos and stuff that he's found on his first read through to share with you guys, so you can start dropping some in lists and all that kind of thing. So that's the order that's going to go in. Yeah. Also, pre-warning now, we got the books in today, and I've been running around like an idiot making sure all of the orders have gone out, and then I've had to shoot out to do something else as well. So I haven't looked at these books at all. So this is Manny telling me what they are, and then me trying to bounce some ideas off him as well, and then me looking all shocked and stuff. So
basically, yeah. So this is pretty insane, guys. So what I'm going to do is I've gone through the best aspects of each book from start to finish, pretty much, and those are the bits that we're going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about completely everything because some of the stuff really isn't that good, and you won't be that interested in it, and you won't really use it. So. First of all, for being complete Imperial Fists, so this is whether you're successor chapters or not. And that's pretty interesting, guys. So we found out that if you're a successor chapter, but you're still pure one chapter, you get to keep the super buff. Mm-hmm. For example, if you are Iron Hands, but if you are an Iron Hands successor chapter, and you want to use Long Range Marksman, which gives plus 3 inches to all of your guns, and then Stealthy, which will give cover to everyone, mm-hmm. You'll still keep the super bonus, which is the Relenting Fire or something like that, where you can ignore the penalties for moving and firing heavy weapons. So that's pretty good. So you can get this benefit for your Imperial Fists, even if you're a successor chapter and you pick 2 other really good things. You get to have this, and it's called the Legacy of Dawn, guys. And it's pretty good. You get plus 1 damage.
Pretty good.
To all vehicles with heavy weapons in the Devastator Doctrine. How crazy is that?
That's good.
That means, like, for example, guys, you come to the table sometimes. Everyone these days is taking 2 to 3 Thunderfires. 3 Thunderfires. If you're going Imperial Fist, you will want 3 Thunderfires in your army because they ignore cover. Which is huge, right? Mm. Now, in the Devastator Doctrine, which most of the Imperial Fist stuff relies around, in the Devastator Doctrine, you're going to want, you're going to be -2, and you're going to ignore cover. They're the best Thunderfire cannons in the game, right? So if you've got 3 of them, now imagine you come up against an army with pure Impulsors or pure Knights, where it's complete tanks, and you're normally sitting there going, I guess I'll just chip away with my Thunderfire cannon. Your Thunderfire cannons aren't going to be chipping anymore. Yeah. They're going to be -2 AP against all tanks. They'll have like a 5-up save against you, and you'll be flat 2 damage.
Yeah.
What's that all about? Like on some Thunderfires, is it
So
the back?
good, because it means like your stuff like that's normally good at killing infantry is now good at killing tanks as well. So they're just really versatile.
Exactly. They could take on anything. They could take on tanks and infantry now, which is super good. So that's that, guys. And it's all heavy weapons. So heavy bolters, heavy flamers, just like everything, I suppose. Grav cannons.
Yeah, I suppose the one thing is because they're not ignoring the penalty for moving and shooting, because it's heavy. You know, if you try and make an Imperial Fist Army move, might be -1 to hit on some of its stuff.
I mean, there may be a stratagem. Oh, actually, I think that's a Salamanders one. There may be a stratagem where you can act as though you hadn't moved for all rules intents and purposes. But I think that's a Salamanders one. So, but yeah, I think that's a good point. And the thing is, I think Centurions are going to be absolutely amazing for Imperial Fists.
Yeah.
But they're not going to have a way of getting there, really. They've got to trundle across the board. But I mean, heavy bolters plus a 4-inch move, they've still got like 40-inch threat, which is pretty good, to be fair, on an infantry unit. So it's not too bad, and they will be doing like a bucket ton of damage on the way.
And if D6 Stalker bolt rifles, flat 3 damage.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Stalker bolt rifle. I think they're -2 as well in the Devastator Doctrine.
Yeah.
-2 flat 3 damage. What's that all about? That's insane.
On a troop. On a troop guy, man. That's mad.
85 points, and you've got 5 shots that do 3 damage. Yeah, guys. So that's that. That's their super buff. Then I started on powers for these guys, and I thought, let's just have a look at the ones that you would use. There's 6 there, but 3 of them are pretty pants, and then 3 of them are pretty good.
There's normally 3 good powers, 3 crap powers.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's mortal wound ones, but it's like pick a point on the board, and then every unit within 6 takes 1 mortal wound. It's like, what's the point? So, the ones we're going to talk about, there is Aspect of Stone, which is okay situationally, and it's pretty good if you want to send a Psyker with a jump pack into something like a plane. That is Aspect of Stone. It's cast on a 5+. Which is pretty low. It gives +2 strength and toughness to the Psyker.
Nice.
So a staff would be strength 8, and the guy would be toughness 6 then. It's pretty good going into stuff. So that's quite nice. Fortify, which is one I quite like, because I think Centurions are the way forward with Imperial Fists.
Yep.
You can heal D3 wounds on an infantry or biker model.
Nice.
And I think that's cast on a 5 as well. 4. That's cast on a 4.
Bloody hell.
So, Centurions down to 1 wound or 2 wounds. Never fear. Give him D3 more. So that's pretty cool. And then the one that's slightly better than the rest, in my opinion, is Tectonic Purge. So, you could take an Impulsor, or maybe 2, to screen the front of your army.
Yeah.
Put a Librarian next to that Impulsor, slightly behind maybe, and you -2 from charge rolls that are made within 12 inches of your Psyker.
Oh, that's cool.
So if someone's 9 away from your Impulsor and you're like 3 behind the front of your Impulsor, if they want to charge that Impulsor, they are -4 to charge.
Yeah, it does kind of mean, though, that you've got your Librarian on the front line, though, doesn't it? Because it's within 12 inches of the Psyker. So it means your Librarian is stood at the front of your army.
Yeah, he's basically like 3 inches behind the front of the Impulsor.
Yeah.
But you can like sandwich him in between like 2 Impulsors. So you have like an Impulsor and an Impulsor, and he'll be here in the middle. So people can't really charge him and stuff. Or you can even like spear tip, can't you? Like put 2 Impulsors like that.
Yeah.
And then put the Librarian in the middle of the triangle.
Yeah.
So no one can physically charge him and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. Yeah.
So it's just a nice little benefit.
It's just that one, isn't it? That Aspect of Stone's really nice. It's such a shame you can't mix different psychic kind of
tables.
Yeah. Like Aspect of Stone and Might of the
Ancients, yeah.
On the same
Might of
guy.
Heroes, yeah.
And then just make a super character.
Well, let's keep that for Salamanders, shall we? Because there are some things like that for Salamanders. Okay, so they were the psychic powers. I didn't think they were that good, but they're all right. They're all right.
I can't see many Imperial Fist Psychers going around.
Now here come the stupid combos. Yeah. So first of all, let's talk about Torgaradon. He's quite nice. He has the Signum Array, so he can give 1 unit ballistic skill 2+.
Nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, like Pharos. Yeah.
Centurion Devastate unit.
Yeah.
2+ hitting on 2+ now. Very nice. And then what's also really nice is his ability is that he gets +1 damage against vehicles for himself.
Yeah.
So he's got 4 damage on that big fist.
Mm-hmm.
Now that big fist is strength 12.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool as it is. It's strength 12 because it's strength times 3. I don't think I've seen anyone else with strength times 3 in their data sheet.
Oh,
so that's pretty
if you
nice.
put that psychic power on him, he becomes strength 18.
No. It's for the psyker.
Oh,
+2 strength and toughness for the psyker.
Is it?
For the
Oh,
psyker.
mate, they're all rubbish then. Oh, I thought that was actually like one cool psychic
that's
power.
Silly. You can't do that, everyone. No.
No, just don't paint your librarians yellow, guys.
Just
waste of time.
Don't take any of this. Yeah, so Torgaradon is nice. Strength times 3, bonkers. He's -3, and then he is 3 damage. But like I said, he gets +1 damage against vehicles. So he's damage 4. Strength 12, damage 4 against vehicles.
5 attacks as well, man.
Yep, 5 attacks, so 6 on the charge, or if he gets charged or whatever. So that's quite nice. We reroll 1s for Imperial Fists within 6 inches of him. And his Warlord trait, if you make him your Warlord, he gets +1 to wound against vehicles. So then he's strength 12, wounding anything in the game on 2s and damage 4.
Wow. So you can really buff him up to be a proper
Yeah, he's a
badass,
badass, man. Take my strongest.
Does he give reroll 1?
Yeah, reroll 1s.
Rerolls of 1. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
So he's better than Lysander.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
And he's 140 points. Lysander's 130, he's 140. Now, also, guys, Crimson Fists are in this book. And I for one, really don't like that. Because they've got Pedro Cantor. He's nice. He's always cool. But they have 2 stratagems. They've given the Crimson Fist 2 stratagems. One of those only works against characters. And the other one only works against orcs.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah, they do seem to have been overlooked a bit, don't they? I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of love for Crimson Fists out there, but yeah, GW just aren't interested in them, are they?
Yeah, so it looks like Imperial Fists are getting all of the love here.
So what? Because they were in a White Dwarf, weren't they, Crimson Fists?
Yeah.
So does this replace everything in that White
I
Dwarf?
have no idea.
Because that was effectively their index, right? It was index Crimson Fists.
Yeah.
So if they've now got they're in a Codex,
Probably.
I think it replaces it. Oh,
That's silly, isn't it? Yeah, it's not great at all.
Because you say they've got two stratagems.
2 stratagems.
Bear with me.
Yeah. So, guys, this is Dan going to find the Crimson Hunter, the Crimson Fists White Dwarf. He's got it. We have it laid out for people to come in and read.
Yeah,
So-
we've got all the White Dwarfs.
So in there,
So I'm just wondering if they had like a crap ton of CPs or something before, like stratagem, sorry.
it would be good
And
if
that-
they
and now it's
did.
just
But
kind
I
of-
think it was only like 1 or 2 before. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, a hated foe. Oh, that's all.
Oh, that's
it's
what
the
they've
same
got.
one.
A hated foe, slay the tyrant. That's all they've got.
Oh, so they've actually done nothing then.
Yeah.
Oh, so well, if you want to play Crimson Fist, then don't even buy the Codex.
Oh yeah. Don't even bother buying the Codex. That's what they've got. Fist of Vengeance.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
And Duty's Burden.
That's what they've got.
Okay, there you go, guys. We've just saved you 20 quid or whatever it is. If you're a Crimson Fist player, you've got absolutely nothing new whatsoever. So
don't buy the Imperial
even
Fist
bother
book
buying
in your Crimson Fist. Yeah.
Oh wow, you'd be pretty pissed, wouldn't you, if
Oh yeah, you would.
you bought the book expecting all your new stuff?
Yeah, you would. Now, let's talk about the cool stuff first. Actually, let's talk about the not so cool stuff, right? And then talk about the cool stuff. So the not so cool stuff, guys, like Warlord traits, they don't have any.
Oh, okay.
They're pretty crap. Hand of Dawn. If you're going to go pure Imperial Fist, and you've got to have an Imperial Fist Warlord with a trait, go for Hand of Dawn because it gives you plus D3 CPs.
Yeah, okay.
D3 extra command points, that's nice.
Yeah.
Because they've got a lot of things that they need command points for, so that's quite cool.
Yeah.
And then there's one, pardon me, that's situationally good. And that is the Architect of War.
Yeah.
And that's when when friendly Imperial Fist units within 6 inches of your Warlord are hit with an AP characteristic of -1, they get +1 to their save for being in cover. So,
But wasn't there a cool Warlord trait in the Vigilus detachment? Because you could just take the Vigilance detachment and then take that Warlord trait rather than any of these because they're all crap.
Yeah, I believe it was okay, but I think
It was if your Warlord stands still.
Yeah.
Imperial Fist units within 6
Gain cover or
Gain
something.
cover.
Yeah, so you could do that, but this is like if they're in cover, they get an extra bonus. So that's, I mean, situationally it's really good. It's like if your opponent has got loads of 1 damage -1 guns.
It could be
then
kind of,
go well.
with all these kind of chapter tactic things going around.
Yeah.
Like the doctrines.
Yeah.
With the doctrines going around, there's a lot of -1.
When people turn around, they go, "Oh, I'm load of -1," and you go, "Yeah, all your doctrines are useless."
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like I said, they don't really have anything. So, you know what I mean? They don't really have any Warlord traits.
Oh, okay, Andy's just said here you can use the Imperial strats as well for the Crimson Fist. Sorry, Andy, are you saying that you can use the Imperial Fist stratagems? Because that's probably not true. Because it'll say Imperial Fist,
and then Crimson
and
Fist.
This is Crimson Fist. So I don't think that is true. Okay, I'm not sure.
If your army's Battleforged includes any Imperial Fist detachments, excluding blah blah blah, you have access to the stratagems shown here, and can spend command points to use them. These reflect the unique strategies used by the Imperial Fist.
For the Imperial Fists.
So that means, what, are you unlocking Crimson Fist stratagems
yeah.
for taking Imperial Fist detachment? So if you take an Imperial Fist detachment, you unlock the Crimson Fist ones as well.
I'll have to talk to you about that then, mate, because all the Imperial Fist ones specify Imperial Fists, not Crimson Fists.
Yeah, that's strange.
You can use them as they are a successor chapter.
Oh, because Crimson Fist...
Interesting.
Oh, I suppose, actually. It's like saying a successor chapter of Raven Guard can't use any of the Raven Guard stratagems anymore because it's a successor chapter. Right?
That's with the Codex. You carry on reading. Andy, I'm going to look into that. Because I think that's a really, really good point, mate.
Yeah, that would actually make Crimson Fist really good as well. Yeah, because I was thinking that, actually. It would make no sense, but... Here we are. Chapters from, unless you choose one of the first founding chapters.
You carry on, mate. You carry on. Let me look into it so there's not just a dead silence on the video.
Yeah. So I think that's that, guys. So yeah, the Warlord traits aren't great, in my opinion. Relics. Here we go. So the relics again are not very good at all. The Fist of Vengeance for the Crimson Fist is quite nice. The fist that's 3 damage and doesn't have any minuses. That's pretty cool. But they've already had that, and Duty's Burden, I believe they already had that. The only thing really that's pretty good for the Imperial Fists, I mean, most people would love this relic in their armies, the Bones of Ozrak. Imperial Fist Librarian, when you're casting powers from the Geokinesis discipline, you can re-roll the attempt. So most people would really love that. Most people would really love re-rolling attempts for psychic powers on their librarians, but I think it's pretty rubbish because the Imperial Fist powers are rubbish.
Shame you can't cast anything worthwhile, right?
Yeah, so I don't think that's very good at all. The Eye of Hypnoth. That is the only one that's pretty decent. And it's not broken or anything like that, it's just nice to have. But I think it's more for if you want to save the points and you don't want to take a lieutenant, a captain will do the job of a lieutenant for you, essentially. The Eye of Hypnoth you take an Imperial Fist model when resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model with an Imperial Fist unit that is within 6 inches of a friendly model with this relic. Reroll a wound roll of 1. So you reroll wound rolls of 1. It is only for ranged weapons though, so you reroll hit rolls of 1 and wound rolls of 1 if you take a captain. You make him chapter master, rerolling all hit rolls and wound rolls of 1. Like all hit rolls period and then wound rolls of 1. So that's really good, like that. But that's the only relic really. Yeah, and then here we go. Okay, so we're on to the combos. So we've spoke about Torgaradon, we spoke about the traits, the relics, and now it is literally just the combos to go. So Grav squads, guys. Grav squads are going to be really good in pure Imperial Fist armies because you can use the Gravitic Amplification, which is in the regular Marine book, and that gives you full rerolls to wound with grav, with a unit that's got grav in it, and rerolls to your damage, correct?
Yeah.
And then you can use tank hunters, which is from the new book, the Imperial Fists. That's one of their new strats. It's called tank hunters. You pick one enemy vehicle and then one of your units, and that unit gets +1 to wound against that enemy vehicle, which is nice. I mean, imagine that. So you're spending 3 command points, but it's 3 command points to pretty much kill any vehicle in the game.
Yeah.
You've got, you're wounding on 4+, even against toughness 8.
Yeah.
Toughness 9.
Yeah.
So you're wounding on a 4+ with full rerolls to wound, and then you're -4 AP in the Devastator, and then as soon as it goes through, your D3 damage with rerolling, and your +1 damage against vehicles because you're Imperial Fist. It's crazy.
Oh,
so you're doing an average of 3 damage per hit that goes through.
And it's on 4s and it's rerolling to wound. Oh, Jesus.
So that's ridiculous. Gravitic amplification plus tank hunters. That's a silly good combo. So that's a really good combo to remember.
Yeah. Sorry, just jumping in. I think Andy is very correct in what he's saying. I'm looking at the wording of successor chapters.
Yeah.
And basically it says if your chapter is a successor chapter, which Crimson Fist is, then you go to stratagems and it says all units from blah 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 successor chapters are considered to have that keyword. So even though this is specifying Imperial Fists, Crimson Fists are considered to have that keyword. Even though they haven't, they're considered to have it because they're a successor chapter.
Okay, I was just checking Pedro to see if they've actually written Imperial Fists in his keyword. They haven't, but yeah, obviously he's considered to have it. Yeah, but I was just wondering if they wrote it there, because then it'd be like, okay, that's sorted. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So Crimson Fist can use all of these as well.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's good. Okay.
Oh! Crimson Fists are a successor of Imperial Fists.
Yeah.
When using successor chapters, you don't lose your big bonus.
Yeah.
So Crimson Fists get +1 damage against all vehicles too.
Right, okay then. So we've learnt that Crimson Fists are actually pretty badass. So what's the thing for being all Crimson Fists? Do you get a bonus for being all Crimson?
No, it'll be all.
Okay,
it'll be all Imperial Fists.
Okay, it'll be the Imperial Fist
successor
one.
chapter.
Okay. So what's the just the Crimson Fist? What do you get for
exploding
being...
6s and something?
The first time this Warlord... Oh no, sorry. I keep going to Warlord traits.
It's before that. Just before that. It's the page before the Warlord trait. So it's exploding 6s.
It's something like if they're outnumbered, isn't it? They get...
Oh, yeah, something like that. Because the Imperial Fist one is ignores cover and additional hit on a 6. So this is an additional hit on a 6 and something else as well.
Yeah, when resolving an attack made by a model with this tactic against a unit that contains at least 5 or more models, add 1 to the hit roll. Nice.
Yeah, +1
for the
hit.
purpose of this tactic, a vehicle counts as 5, so they get +5 to hit,
+1 to hit
against all vehicles. In addition, when resolving an attack made with a bolt weapon, an unmodified hit roll of 6 scores an additional hit.
Yeah, so Crimson Fists are going to be better than Imperial Fists, I think.
So they get +1 to hit instead of ignore cover, basically.
Yeah. Which is really good.
That's really good.
Because vehicles count as 5.
As 5, yeah.
And they're basically vehicle slayers.
So they just get +1 to hit against everything.
Oh, wow.
Everything.
Yeah, against like all vehicles. Crimson Fist, guys. Crimson Fists are pretty much better than Imperial Fists. Yeah, that's a lot better.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, okay.
So Gravitic Amplification, guys. That one's absolutely awesome. Now, here we go. The combo of death for hordes. This is the combo of death for hordes. So, if you're Imperial Fists, you have exploding 6s naturally. Same said for Crimson Fists. You have exploding 6s naturally. Then you can pay 2 command points now because they have something called Bolter Drill, and that's when you roll 6s with bolt weapons, it's an extra hit again. So now that's double exploding 6s. So every time you roll a 6, you get 2 auto extra hits. So they're Teslaring now.
Yeah.
They're Teslaring, and then obviously you can get full rerolls and stuff. But then you can use that combo if you want on like Centurions and stuff.
Yeah.
However, if you take the Vigilus detachment that gives like intercessors the Grey Shield stratagem.
Oh yes, yeah.
If you take that with like a detachment of intercessors to be your anti-horde or something, you can take the Grey Shield thing. And if you take the Grey Shield rule, you can be both Imperial Fists and Crimson Fists for a turn. So you can have double exploding 6s, use the bolter drill, and have triple exploding 6s.
Jesus.
So you roll a 6 to hit, and you get 3 extra auto hits. That's mental.
Do you know what the kind of cool thing is as well? One thing I heard is, do you know, because the chapter master wording is the wording is rules.
Yeah.
You can re-roll hits now.
Yeah. So even if you got 4s and 5s,
even if you got hits, just re-roll them and just keep fishing for 6s.
Fishing for as many 6s
Just try and get as many 6s as you can.
Yeah, because every 6 is 4 hits.
Yeah.
Every 6 is 4 hits. That's insane. Yeah. So that's really good, and that's the combo of death for hordes. I really like that one. Then the best combo. Seismic Devastation. Now that's a stratagem that you can get, which is Imperial Fist specific, but it's from the Siegebreaker cohort. So if you make your detachment a Siegebreaker cohort, your Centurions are going to be absolutely awesome. Then you can use this on your Centurions, and what it does is they get mortal wounds against vehicles on a 6+ to wound for 1 command point. So you just go this unit of 6 Centurions with 6 Hurricane Bolters that fire properly at full range, and 12 heavy bolters are gonna get every time they roll a 6 to wound against vehicles, they're gonna do a mortal wound, and then you can couple that with tank hunters,
and
so you can spend bolter drill if you want to, but it's 2 command points, quite expensive. But you can if you want. But that's what I was saying. That was the next combo, crazy stupid combo, and that stupid combo 1 plus combo 2. That's insane, and that is that. So you can spend 5 command points, guys. You can Seismic Devastation for mortal wounds. Then you can tank hunters for +1 to wound, because then that means on 5s and 6s you're doing mortal wounds, and then you can couple that with bolter drill. For another 2.
Is it
so
not on modified 6s? The mortal wounds? Does it not say unmodified?
No. Each time you roll a 6 to wound.
Oh.
Yeah, I checked that.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. So each time you roll a 6 to wound, you do a mortal wound in addition to normal damage. So if you use tank hunters on a 5+ to wound, you'll be doing mortal wounds. And then you've got exploding 6s with bolter drill for hitting. And obviously, if you're firing 6 Hurricane Bolters, that's 72 shots. You should averagely get 12 6s. And then if you want, you can re-roll the other 60 shots. Even all your hits.
Yeah.
And you should get another 10.
Try and get another 10, yeah.
So you should get 22 6s, which is not Grey Shield, of course, but with the regular Imperial Fist and the Bolter Drill, 22 6s is 66 hits. Plus all the other hits you've got on 3s, 4s, and 5s. And 2s, because you'll just pick that unit with Torgaradon.
Oh, yeah. God, oh, mate. More wounds on 5s and 6s with that many dice is stupid.
So you're gonna get like 90 hits. Possible, I think more, actually. Out of the 60 you have to re-roll, you'll get 50 hits. So you'll get 10 6s. You'll get 10 6s, and then you'll get 40 more hits. So what is that? That's 66 plus 4, 106 hits. 106 hits. So you divide that by 3. 106. That's 33, 34, 35 mortal wounds. So you've basically just...
And then you've got the wounds anyway.
Yeah. So you've basically just killed a knight. You've killed a knight with mortal wounds before you've done any damage, before you've shot your heavy bolters. That's just Hurricane Bolters.
Oh my
you just killed
God.
A knight.
Come on.
You just killed a knight.
Well, GW quite obviously forgot about that Vigilance Detachment, didn't they?
That's horrible, isn't it?
Holy hell.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So you just do that, and you've basically killed a knight. But obviously Tank Hunters only works on one thing.
Yeah.
So I think you would like put Tank Hunters on a knight.
And just fire 2 of them at it.
And then... No, I think you would fire all of your Hurricane Bolters.
Okay.
Because they'll be doing mortal wounds on 5s and 6s. Because if you shoot the second knight with your... If you shoot like a second knight with like Hurricane Bolters, you'll be wounding it on 6s, so there's no point.
Oh, okay. Right,
so you might as well You might as well just fire. Oh, actually, no. I think you're right because like 3 of them will just kill. No, 2 of them will just like kill.
2 of them will just do it
because you get all the heavy bolters and the damage. And the heavy bolters will wound on 4s.
And then they've got to take the saves and everything as well because they've got like -2 and stuff.
Yeah. So I think you fire like two Devastator Centurions at the one knight that you're +1 to wound on, and it'll die. And then you fire all the other 4 on another knight. You won't get +1 to wound, but you will still be doing mortal wounds on 6s because it's on your own unit. That one is. Yeah. It's not pick one, it's not the closest enemy unit. It's just when you shoot vehicles.
It's just when you shoot.
Yep. Just when you shoot against vehicles. Mortal wounds on 6s.
I wonder if that's an FAQ or something then.
Maybe, but that's a bit insane. So you just fire 4 at another knight, and you'll probably kill 2 knights with what? Like a 400 point Devastator unit?
Knights were so good, weren't they, at one point, and now anything just looks at them and it's just dead.
I mean, what would they kill? Like 3 Eldar planes or something? With 1 unit?
You know, this is just
that's crazy.
This just kind of shows why it's so. The thing is, I'd like to say it's so important that you use like really heavy terrain on your tables now because it's become such a shooting gallery. It's crazy, but then the problem is, you put loads of terrain down, and then you have loads of places to hide all your Centurions, and then they just sit there and wait for something to show its head, and then they come out and shoot stuff. Oh, it's hard, man. Do you know they should probably lose the infantry keyword? Because if they lose infantry, because they only move 4, right?
Exactly. I don't think you can lose infantry.
So but then they can't hide. Like they're like a proper stupid shooting unit that will kill anything they go to. But hiding it on a wall, they probably won't be able to see anything.
I don't think you can do that because then like assault Centurions can't charge. Like, what's the point?
Okay. All right, then we'll just double their points. That's what GW are going to do.
To be fair, you know, like the assault ones, like assault doctrines, assault devastators, I think they're about right for about 52 points with the fists and stuff. It's just as White Scars and Raven Guard, they're silly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't think they're pointed incorrectly. I think as Raven Guard and White Scars, but the thing is, we say they're silly, but you won't see like assault Centurions in an Imperial Fist army because they will never get there with 4-inch moves. So we say it's silly, but it just works. I mean, if you take them in this book, they're just not even going to work.
I have to admit,
what I mean?
in the game that we played the other day, I found the Raven Guard Centurions were okay because you were either deep striking them, in which case you need to start bubbling out stuff.
Yeah, you can bubble them.
And then with when they're in front of your lines turn 1, again you can either bubble them or they're only moving 4 inches.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I don't mind that so much. But it's like the Raven Guard stuff when they're putting vanguards and stuff on your front line. They're moving like 18 inches into your deployment zone and then charging and like that's just mental. But
exactly.
I actually don't mind Centurions. I think there are ways around them. They don't seem that broken to me.
Yeah. So like that's it basically for Imperial Fist, and like that was a stupid combo.
Yeah.
That just killed. What's that? What is 6 Devastator Centurions? Do you know? Just with twin heavy bolters? Like what?
Point wise?
Yeah, 300 points, 400 points, something like that?
360, wasn't it?
About 360, 400 points, and a knight is more than that?
Oh, God.
Knight's like 470? You just killed 900 points.
Yeah.
And what are they going to do? Stand back up? Depends how close they're. They stand back up on like 2-3 wounds, and you're like, oh, Torgaradon's going to charge you with his 4 damage, and you're like, oh.
Oh, intercept them.
Or a Smash Captain or whatever. Oh, yeah.
Run near them. Allspec scan them if they get back up. Job done.
So silly, yeah.
Bah.
You know what the crazy thing is? Man, let him get back up. That's 400 points of your army that's just shot and killed 2 knights. You don't think with your other 600 points you're going to kill 1 more knight?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You're probably going to kill 3 knights in a turn. Oh, that is insane.
Poor knight players.
I didn't even think about that because, I was sitting here when I first read it and I was like, oh, wow. An Imperial Fist army, that means, can kill 2 knights in 1 turn. And then it just hit me now that, no, 1 unit in an Imperial Fist army can kill 2 knights in a turn. Wow. So, that's insane. These might get added to, like, my Raven Scars. Raven Scar Fists? Pigeon Scratch Hands?
Pigeon Scratch
Something
Hands.
like
Yeah, that'll do.
Pigeon Scratch Hands? That's pretty cool. So that's pretty much it for them. But I know what you're thinking. Devastator Centurions are crap in combat. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to charge in there and I'm going to wrap them, right? They have a really handy 2-point stratagem called Close Range Bolter Fire.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes all bolt weapons in that unit pistol.
Nice.
So your hurricane bolters become pistol 6.
Yeah.
Your heavy bolters become pistol 3. So 2 heavy bolters, pistol 6. Hurricane bolter, pistol 6. They're pistol 12. So they will fire 12 shots each in combat. You tie these 6 guys up, they're going to hit you with 72 shots in combat.
Oh my god.
They're just going to shoot you again. They'll just switch to... You can switch to, like, Tactical Doctrine, and they'll hit you with, what? 36 shots, Strength 5 -1, and then 36 shots, Strength 4
There's not really any point, because
-1.
then your heavy bolters won't be -1 then, will they? You may as well just stay in
They'll be
Devastator.
-1 instead of -2. So you'll hit with 36 shots, Strength 5 -1, and 36 shots, Strength 4 -1.
What's the point in going through to tactical? Because then you get -2 on your 6 heavy bolter shots instead of -1.
Minus on the other 4.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You
Depends what you're
minus
against. I
on
mean,
the
if you're
bolters.
against like something with a 2+ save, you'd rather put them on as many 3+ saves as you could, right? If they're into you.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I mean, if it's like Gene Stealer Cult, then you're probably right, like -2, and you just go, you don't even have a save.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? That's mental, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are people saying? What do people agree? Do people agree with this crap that GW are putting out?
I think a lot of the Vigilus detachments have been FAQ'd. Okay, maybe that.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
that's-
So maybe
Gene
you can
Stealer
only
Cult
shoot
players
this. That would
just
make
started
sense.
crying because of bolter drill.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
yeah.
That's insane.
That's so harsh.
Even
man.
more 6s.
Any hordes now?
Yeah. And this says in your shooting phase, though. It does say in your shooting phase. So you can't use it for, like, Overwatch and stuff. Which... Because I would. If I was being charged by 20 acolytes, I'd go, well, I'm exploding 6s anyway on my Overwatch, so I'll use this for 2 command points, and then every 6 I roll is Tesla.
Yeah. Jesus.
And if you're in Tactical Doctrine and everything's -1 or whatever, you're just going to toast a 20-man unit.
Chat to master rerolls. You're just getting rerolls for rerolls and hits for hits. And
You just toast like any unit that tries to charge you.
Yeah.
That's crazy, yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So that is Imperial Fist for you
Cool.
guys. That is Imperial Fist. Okay. On to the guys in green. Yeah. Salamanders.
Salamanders.
These guys are cool. These guys are cool if not anything else.
Oh, well, so do you think Imperial Fists are better than Salamanders?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I think that is because I think Salamanders have got some really cool stuff. However, I think the best stuff in the Salamanders book is characters only.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Salamanders are going to be used by a lot of people, maybe including me, like in your army. Like if I was going to add something to the army I've currently got, or if I was going to add something to Imperial Fists, it would probably have to be Salamanders.
Oh, okay.
Just because of that one stupid stratagem we'll come to. So
I've
there's
heard
that.
of the one stupid stratagem,
Yeah.
I think.
I can't believe it's real. I thought it was fake. Remember, like people put it out there and everyone was like, "Oh, that's fake. That's fake. That's fake."
Yeah.
No, it's not, guys.
And you know what? It's worded even worse than you thought.
Oh yeah.
No, like I said, I thought it was bad anyway.
No, I read
and
it,
then,
and then
I was talking to someone about it,
Yeah.
and it turns out it's even worse.
yeah, it's
Apparently, Games Workshop rules writers, because of the how thick and fast stuff's coming out, have been they've been outsourcing their rules writing quite a lot.
Oh.
Which is why you're starting to see this kind of power creep, I think.
Okay then.
That's the rumours. It's the
Yeah.
rumours going around anyway.
So let's see what they got then. But this is the thing. I think their best things are on characters because I think they have very, very tasty stuff for their units. But their problem is that they can't get there. They have no way of getting there.
Oh, I see.
If Salamanders, personally in my opinion, guys, obviously loads of people are going to disagree with this, but in my opinion, if Salamanders had the speed of White Scars and Raven Guard, they would be the best Codex. They would be the best Marine supplement.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So, here we go. The Lords of Nocturne. What have they got? So, we have Vulcaneston is 130, and Adrax Agaton is the new guy, and he's 140. So, these guys are like the same points as the guys in there.
Yeah.
So the old characters are 130 and the new characters are 140.
Nice.
So that's pretty nice. Now, their army-wide benefit for being pure salamanders, whether you're a successor or not, is Promethean Cult. And I love it because I'm falling in love with flamers now. So they get +1 to wound with all flame and melter.
Nice.
+1 to wound with all flame and melter. Now, Vulcan, you don't really see him very much, but Vulcan's Forge Father lets you reroll hit rolls and wound rolls for all attacks with flame and melter.
Nice.
So if you get +1 to wound and full rerolls to wound with flamers, that's insanely good, yeah? That's the only problem. You just got no way of getting there. That's what I was saying. Like, how cool are those two benefits?
Yeah.
Full rerolls to wound with +1 to wound, and you're auto-hitting with these weapons. These weapons auto-hit.
Okay, so that just comes from him, right?
Yeah, he gives the
Vulcan.
reroll ones to wound.
He gives rerolls to him.
The army-wide benefit is +1 to wound. That's what they get. That's the super buff.
Whoa.
+1 to... But +1 to wound with melter as well. And he gives rerolls to wound with melter as well.
Okay. That's interesting.
So you get full rerolls to hit and wound with melter with +1 to wound. That's really good, right? Yeah, they've just got no way of getting there. That's the only thing. I mean, the only thing, right, is like land speeders. So I was speaking to Andy, and Andy was talking about land speeders as well. And there's the only thing that's popping into my mind too that works with them is index land speeders. So because in ITC you can use index land speeders have double flamers, yeah. So you can have 3 of them with double flamers.
I wanted to run double flamer land speeders for so long.
Yeah.
Do you know, right? What about drop pods?
Oh, they could be a drop pod army, yeah.
Because if you take the successor chapter with the +3 inches.
Oh yeah.
So then your flamers, you can flame coming out of deep strike.
Lots of flamers.
And then you just deep strike loads of flamers down.
Yeah.
And you're just so reliably putting in all this. What's this? Is this +1 in the tactical doctrine? Is it?
Yes, I believe so. I think it's like it's just here. Yeah, Promethean Cult, tactical doctrine. Yes.
So because then they're -1 as well, because the flamers are normally assault.
Yes.
So they'll be -1. And re-rolling to wound. And +1 to wound.
Yeah. +1 to wound with full rerolls to wound and -1.
Yeah.
Auto-hitting.
Yeah, because then you could make kind of a cool army there, because your flamers are anti-horde, your melters are anti-tank.
So your flamers are anti-tank?
Well, yeah.
Imagine shooting all your flamers at, I don't know, planes. You're shooting planes. You're auto-hitting with all of your flamers. You're now wounding them on 4s with full rerolls.
Yeah.
So you've hit with everything. You wounded on 4s with full rerolls. You're wounding with 75% of everything.
Yeah.
And they've got -1 to their save.
Okay, interesting.
So your flamers are just incredible.
Oh yeah, Ian's just said the same. Salamander successor with +3 inches to range, then drop pods. There you go. See, Ian, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you.
Yeah, +3 inches to range. That's good, isn't it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm just trying, because obviously you're saying the problem is their mobility. I'm just trying to think how you get around that.
So that's that, guys. That's the army-wide benefit and Vulcan. So we can already see that they're pretty cool, right? Yeah. And then Adrax Agatone, Mr. New Boy. So what's good about this guy?
He looks badass. So I hope he's good.
Yeah. So you hit him.
Yeah.
He reduces all damage by 1.
Nice.
That's nice. He has his own little iron stone.
Always nice.
Yeah. Add 1 to the wound. Add 1 to wound in combat for all units within 6. Just +1 to wound for everybody in 6 of him.
Oh, my Khan does
He's
that.
better than
My
Khan,
White
mate.
Scar's Khan
He's a
does
lot
that.
better than Khan.
Oh,
Add 1 to wound in combat
that's such
with
a
melee
rip-off.
weapons for all Salamanders units within 6 inches on the first round of combat.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah. So that's +1 to wound for himself. And you know what weapon he has? He has a hammer. And you know what damage his hammer is? 4. Yep. It's called Malleus Nocturne. So he has a 4 damage hammer.
Okay then.
And with +1 to wound. 4 damage hammer with +1 to wound.
Salamander's
Yeah, so he is really
+2
good.
to strength.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then he becomes like what, strength?
Oh no, his named character. That won't be his
Sure.
named one.
You think?
No, that won't be his. That won't be his. But yeah. So, we are on the warlord traits. Adrax Agatone is Lord of Fire.
Oh, hang on, sorry, Andy. Andy said multi-melter attack bikes from Ian. Very true.
Yeah.
Andy, you could put a bunch of aggressors in a repulsor and then Vulcan in a completely different transport because he's too small to fit. Yeah, I know. Yeah, weird, right? Too small to fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, flamer aggressors. Oh.
Yeah. Wait till you hear more flamer stuff.
Oh.
So, I mean, if you do want to take Adrax Agatone as your warlord, right?
Yeah.
Because we're on to warlord traits now. That's the next thing, yeah? I went in order with the Salamanders, guys. Yeah? Lord of Fire is his warlord trait. Reroll the shots of flamers for units within 6 inches.
Oh.
So now you're rerolling their shots.
mate.
They're automatically hitting. +1 to wound. Full rerolls to wound. So you want Vulcan and Adrax. And that works the best. If Vulcan is your warlord, he gets +2 strength. So he's strength 8
Oh, okay.
with his spear.
Yeah.
And then
Lord
Adrax
of
is
Fire.
giving him +1 to wound. So he's strength 8 with +1 to wound.
Jesus. Oh, wow. That's cool.
How good is that? Yeah.
That's really cool.
And then, so there's +2 strength and reroll all flamer shots, yeah? This is a cool one. Never give up. That's a really cool warlord trait. Pick one unit at the start of every battle round and they're basically obsec.
Oh.
That's
That is cool.
Yeah. The best one, Forge Master. And you'll slowly learn, as we go through this book, why this is the best warlord trait. Forge Master, +2 to the toughness of your warlord.
Oh,
Your warlord gets +2 toughness. Yeah. So it seems alright at the moment. You're like, it's a toughness 6 guy, toughness 6 guy. Put him on a bike, toughness 7.
Toughness 7 guy,
Yeah,
nice.
so he's pretty tough. It's pretty tough, yeah. So let's turn the page over. Relics. There's only 2, which are particularly good, in my opinion. Drake Smiter.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. It's a Thunderhammer with -4 AP, which is huge. -4 AP is always huge. Because it just means that knights and most vehicles have 3-up saves. They just don't get a save.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
So it's -4. And if you roll a 6 to wound, you're +3 to the damage. So it's -4 with 3 damage hammer, and every 6 you roll to wound is the +1 damage, the +1 to wound from Adrax doesn't affect it though. It's unmodified 6s.
That's why I was so surprised when that was when that was the other thing was unmodified.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything is now, right?
So that's 6s will do 6 damage.
Yeah.
So that's nice. And the other relic is called the Salamander's Mantle. Right? -1 to wound against the model that's got it.
Yeah.
So that doesn't seem that good. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden you think, oh, you remember that captain that's on a bike that's toughness 7?
Yeah.
You're -1 to wound him now. He's toughness 7 and you're -1 to wound him. So you're like, okay, that's all right, yeah.
-1 to wound, so massive.
Yeah.
Like when Harlequins, they're toughness 3 guys. You put -1 to wound on them though, because they become so much harder to shift.
Yeah, exactly.
But this isn't Harlequins.
No, this is a toughness 7 dude.
This
on
is
a bike.
Space Marines.
Yeah. So Avenger Gatling cannons from Knights.
Yeah.
Winning on 6s.
Yeah.
Gatling cannons from Knights are winning him on 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that all about? Strength 6, winning him on 6s.
Oh, yeah.
Because 1 strength higher is 5s, -1 to wound. 6s.
Look, Neil's getting tetchy, man. He says, quit with the build-up like the planets aligning stuff and start talking sense.
Yeah, it's this guy, mate.
Get to the point, man.
It's this guy. See, so we've given him +2 toughness. We've put him on a bike, so he's toughness 7. We've given him this relic, so he's -1 to wound. Here we go. Right, strats. I'm going to keep you waiting because I'm going to go through the strats first. Yeah. Now, the first strat that I saw that I thought is absolutely awesome, because my eye just drew straight to it. Strength of the Primarch.
Yeah.
Strength of the Primarch. 1 command point, guys. 1 command point. Use this stratagem at the start of the fight phase. You select 1 Salamander's unit from your army. Until the end of the phase, add 1 to the strength of models in that unit. Nice. And when resolving an attack made with a melee weapon by a model in that unit, an unmodified wound roll of a 6, double the damage characteristic of the weapon for that attack. Yeah?
What, for the whole unit?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But they're not that quick, right?
Yeah.
But Remember, you've got a Smash Captain who's taken Drake's Mitre.
Yeah.
Man, so all of a sudden, he's still just -4 AP, but now he's strength 10.
Yeah.
You've got the guy that's got +1 to wound in your army, so he's wounding anything in the game on a 2+. Yeah? He's -4, so they're not getting a save. But when you're rolling a 6 to wound now, what's that? Damage 3, double it, damage 6, +3 to it, damage 9.
Jesus.
So he's -4, damage 3, but every time you roll a 6, which might get 1 or 2 of, damage 9.
Could you imagine playing an Imperial Knight player and then he goes in and you do like you got 5 dice and you roll 2 6s.
You just go boop boop,
and then
18
and they
damage,
go,
mate.
and they just look at you like you're a piece of shit.
But I mean,
Sorry, a piece of. Then you go.
Think about it.
Sorry,
you've got 5 dice. The others are going to be 2 pluses.
Exactly. Yeah. You score. There's 5. Oh yeah, sorry. No, it's dead.
It's like 18 damage plus 3, 6, 9, 27 damage.
Oh.
Tell a lie. You should pass 4. He should have a wound left. If he charges you, you should have a wound left on his line. If it's Tyrannus. Yeah. It's pretty nice, isn't it? That's insane, isn't it? Yeah, so the Drake's Mitre guy that's 1 CP. 1 CP. But it pluses 1 to the strength characteristic of your unit, and then melee weapons double damage on 6s for the unit.
That's so good though, man.
Put that on a Vanguard unit with Thunderhammers in there.
Vets or aggressors or... Oh, man. Yeah, aggressors become like strength 10 then.
Oh, guys, you know how your White Scars and your whole army gets +1 damage? I'll just spend 1 command point and get double damage.
Oh, man, aggressors become strength 10 and then they do like...
D3 times 2.
Like 2d3 damage.
That's mental, isn't it?
Oh.
No, man, Centurions.
Oh, yeah.
Strength 12. Strength 12. -4, damage 6 on everyone in the unit.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's insane for 1 command point. Yeah. So that's pretty cool, guys. Then Flamecraft is the next one I saw. That's 2 command points, guys, right? When a unit in your army is chosen to shoot with flamers, don't roll your shots. Just max your shots.
Oh, that's bad.
So you've got full rerolls to shoot. You've got full rerolls for however many shots you want on your flamers. But if you get that unit of like 3 land speeders there and you're like, oh, it's 6d6, and you just go, nah, I fancy my chances and I'll just take 36. How mad is that?
Mate, I'm just loving repulsors full of aggressors with flamers.
Until the end of that phase, when a model in that unit shoots with a flame weapon, do not roll to determine the number of attacks. Instead, the maximum number of attacks are made with that weapon.
Jesus Christ. That's insane.
That's mad, yeah.
Oh, I know what you mean now. They've just got to get there, right?
Yeah.
They're just got to get there and they'll smash
So if you go,
anything.
these 3 land speeders, I think it's 180 points for 3 land speeders with double heavy flamers on them.
Yeah.
So you go,
yeah, they don't cost much.
Look, I've got there. And then you go, I've got 36 shots. Oh, sorry, I've got 36 hits.
Yeah.
And they're +1, the strength 5 with +1 to wound and full rerolls to wound.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. Well, I mean, the chances of the characters keeping up with bloody those 3 land speeders.
Yeah. No, because you're going to use it in the tactical doctrine, right? And stuff like that. So you're going to like hide your land speeders somewhere where they can jump out next turn. And then when they jump out next turn, you're going to drop pod your characters in.
Yeah. You know what's kind of frustrating, though, is the bloody Impulsor can't carry normal guys, so you can't have the 2 characters in the same transport.
No, you have to have them in 2 different ones.
That's annoying.
So you've got to have like a drop pod and Impulsor. Because you've got to put Vulcan in a drop pod and then Agatone in a...
Because Impulsors are an insane way of firing characters across the board. Because Impulsors go like 14 inches and then your guys get out 3, then move and advance.
Yeah.
So any characters with these silly little auras, you can just fire them across the board.
Hadrax with his +1 to wound for everyone in combat.
Exactly, yeah. Well, that was my plan for bloody Khan.
Yeah. So yeah, if you get these guys there, bro, they're gonna kick ass. Yeah, and then the next one was Crucible of Battle, +1 to wound for a unit, 1 command point.
Oh man. In shooting or combat.
Crucible of Battle, shooting or fight phase.
Oh.
So you get +2 to wound
That's
on
so
your heavy
good.
flamers. So what your land speeder unit is going to get 36 auto hits that are wounding a knight on 3+.
Yeah.
3+ with rerolls. So you're going to get like 32 wounds on a knight.
How many CPs were Imperial Fist paying for +1 to wound against a vehicle?
2.
They just paid 1.
Yeah, they've just paid 1. And it's against anything.
For anything.
Just +1 to wound.
Oh man, it's like
That's mad, isn't it?
it's like I don't know. But did 2 different people write these books? They must have, right?
Yeah, I mean, just think about it, right? Double chainsaws. The only reason you don't take Vanguard with double chainsaws everywhere is because you don't want to like hit something that you can't deal with.
Tough to say. And
So
wound on
all of a
6s.
sudden you go, actually, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double the damage on the unit for 1 CP. So they're better than White Scars.
Oh yeah.
So you go, okay, we're -1 AP in the Assault Doctrine. I'm going to double the damage on them on 6s. I'm going to make them Strength 5 with that same stratagem. Then I'm going to give them +1 to wound with Crucible. That's 2 command points you're spending. You'll spend 2 command points, and your 10-man Vanguard unit with 50 attacks is Strength 5.
Wounds knights on 4s, doing flat 2 damage each.
Wounds Knights on 4s? You're a little bit behind. Wounds Knights on 3s.
Why?
Because they're Strength 5 now.
Yeah.
You use that Crucible, so they're
Fives,
wounding
+1
on
to wound on
4s.
4s.
But Adrax is nearby, right? Another +1 to wound.
God. That's mad.
Wounding Knights on 3s, and 6s do double damage.
Do you know what, right? Do you know
That's
what?
insane,
This
yeah.
this kind of an army doesn't even need to get there. All this army needs to do is it needs to get in the middle of the board, right, and go,
Come to me.
if you come anywhere near me,
you're
I'll
screwed.
smash you, no matter what you are.
How mad is that? How mad is that?
Oh, I love Salamanders, man.
Yeah.
These are great.
But you know what? I think you can get them there. You just have to play very cleverly, and I'm going to tell you exactly why.
Oh.
Yeah. So the next thing you have, so you've got the Crucible of Battle, right? That's the +1 to wound.
+1 to wound.
So now you've just found out that like a Vanguard unit with double chainsaws is one of the best combat units in the game.
All right.
Yeah. Then you've got Immolation Protocols, which is your flamers become pistols for 1 command point.
What?
Instead of heavy weapons, like Imperial Fist, your flamers become pistols. So someone charges your aggressors and you go, there's 12d6 I can use in combat. Then just flames everyone off the board.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's really good, yeah. And then you've got Stand Your Ground, which is quite nice. +1 save versus damage 1.
Really good.
Instead of what? Imperial Fist had the same thing, but you had to be hitting them with a -1 weapon,
You
and
had
then
to
they
be
get
in
plus.
combat.
It had to be no. They just get +1 save versus damage 1
That's
attacks.
really cool.
So like a 3+ unit, you
Yeah.
could give them 2+ saves against Scatterleys and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's really good for 1 command point. Rise from the Ashes is awesome,
Okay. Sounds like it does what it says. on
but
the
it's
tin,
a
really.
bit weird. Yeah, I don't know how many times you would really use it because it's 2 command points,
Yeah.
and you have to roll a 4+,
Yeah.
and a character can get back up on 1 wound.
On 1 wound, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very situational, I think.
Okay.
Right, but in some
Yes.
cases it could be very good. Yeah. For example, I thought of a combo with it, bro, and it's pretty insane. So you've charged a knight
Yeah.
with the Drake Smiter guy
Yeah.
with your 9 damage guy. You've smacked the hell out of the knight.
Yeah.
The knight killed you, so you've smacked the hell out of the knight again.
Yeah.
At the end of the battle round, at the end of the turn, at the end of the phase, sorry, you can get back up.
Yeah.
But at the end of the phase, you can also fight again.
Yeah.
But you choose what order you do it in.
Yeah.
So get back up and fight a 3rd time.
Yeah.
3 times fighting with the damage 9 captain.
Oh yeah, you can fight 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you do the fight when you die, and then fight.
And then fight again
Fight
at the
again
end of the phase.
Yeah.
How mental is that?
It
So
is-
it's
it is-
situationally
it is-
good.
it is
But if he
situational,
gets
but-
into 2 knights, that's situationally amazing.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you do it then?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah?
Bloody hell.
Yeah, so that's really good. And then the last one, and this is what? Self-sacrifice. So you read this correctly, you read this properly, and it's absolutely stupid.
Absolutely. Man, his notes, he's got self-sacrifice. All his little notes that he's done, and then he's got self-sacrifice. Absolutely stupid.
Yeah, absolutely stupid
Right,
if read properly.
So,
2 command
so
points.
let's read it then, right? So people know what it says.
Self-sacrifice.
Use this stratagem at the start of your opponent's shooting phase.
Okay, so you started to shoot me with all of your scatter laser jet bikes,
Yeah.
and all of your planes. Okay,
Right.
and then I use this.
Select one Salamander's infantry unit from your army.
Yes.
Until the end of that phase, enemy units cannot target any other infantry units from your army that are within 6 inches of that selected unit, unless that unit is the closest enemy unit to the firing unit and visible to it.
And visible to it. So, you want me to show you something absolutely ridiculously stupid now? Okay, let's turn this camera down slightly.
Okay.
So,
Here you go.
at first glance, turn this camera down, guys.
Oh, hang on, I can't see where the camera is because we're on a slight delay.
Oh, yes.
Let me just switch the. Oh, okay.
There we are. That's it now.
There you go.
Okay, so at first glance, it seems this would be the case, right? At first glance, it seems like here are my 3 units of really good troops that I want to keep alive. I'm gonna use it on this infantry unit.
Yeah.
And you have to be close to them. So on first glance, it looks like if he's closer to you, then you can't shoot the rest of my army.
Okay,
That's what it sounds like
Right,
at the
yeah.
closest. You can't shoot any of these unless they're the closest.
Yeah.
And they're within 6 inches of him.
Okay.
That's how it seems on first glance. But that's not the case at all. So let's assume this is a Calexus assassin.
Yeah.
Okay. Now these are my units that I want to keep safe. This guy could be the Toughness 7. You remember that Toughness 7 Smash Captain on the bike? I could nominate him, and he could be behind my army.
Yeah.
He is still within 6 inches of them, correct?
Yeah.
So he's within 6 inches of them. Now, you're not allowed to shoot them unless they are the closest unit.
Yeah.
So you're going to say, well, they are the closest unit because he's now behind them. Then I'm going to say, you see this wall halfway up the field? I have a Calexus assassin behind there.
Yeah. Oh, they're not the closest.
They're not the
unit.
closest anymore. It doesn't say they have to be closer than the unit
Until
you've
the
used
end
it
of
on.
that phase, enemy units cannot target other infantry that are within 6 of that unit unless that unit is the closest enemy unit to the firing unit.
Exactly. So it doesn't say that this guy has to be closer.
Right.
It just says they have to be closer to these. So this could be a character hiding in the middle of my army.
Basically, anything within 6 becomes
Of
like
him.
like an old character.
Yeah. Like an old character.
Oh, bugger.
So you could put a character halfway up the field like a Calexus
Yeah.
out of line of sight, and you go, unless you can kill the Calexus with indirect fire hitting on 6s, you're not shooting the rest of my army.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
And notice it doesn't say
Yeah.
Salamanders.
I was just...
It just says any infantry unit
infantry.
within 6 of the Salamanders unit you've picked.
Yeah.
So there's my Salamanders captain.
Yeah.
On
So-
foot. Not the bike one, sorry. Can't be the bike one. But there's my Salamanders captain. Here's my 120 guardsmen.
Yeah.
You can't shoot any of my 120 guardsmen
Until that Calexus
unless you can
is
kill
dead.
that Calexus at the front of the board.
Or like Cataphront breaches.
That's mental.
Or... Oh, man.
And that's how Salamanders are going to get up the board.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to put something stupid at the front.
Because you can't...
And then you're going to go, there's Vanguard Squad number 1. There's Vanguard Squad number 2. There's my Centurion Squad. I'm going to put a captain next to all of them. And unless you can kill this Calexus at the front, you can't shoot any of these guys.
Oh, my God. There you go.
That's insane.
Holy hell.
So they will get there. There are ways of getting them there. So, guys, there you go. That's awesome, isn't it?
Oh,
so that is completely
Neil
silly.
says he reckons it's going to get changed to wholly within
I
6
think so.
and non-character. Like a non-character model. I mean, it's still stupid.
Yeah, it's still silly.
Because you just start putting impulsors in front of them then. Or repulsors.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
There are so many things wrong with that strat. So funny. Play tested though, right? Andy.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane.
Okay, Neil's got a question for you, Manny.
Yep.
If you had to take a list this weekend with Salamanders and Imperial Fists, how would you split it up? I can't see a way you are getting the Salamanders in properly. Well, it's going to get FAQ'd, like you said, but it's not FAQ'd right now.
So Salamanders and Imperial Fists.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the way that you would do it But your problem is though. Your problem is unless you're pure salamanders, you're not gonna get your +1 to wound on all your flamers.
Yeah.
So it depends how you want to run the list. However, I think the Imperial, if you were going to take Salamanders and Imperial Fists and you wanted to concentrate on getting the best of both, I think what you're going to do is you're going to take like a spearhead of Imperial Fists, which is going to have one captain with the Eye of Hypnoth. So you've got the, whatever the thing is, the reroll ones to hit because he's a captain, then reroll ones to wound as well.
Yeah.
And you're going to take him with 3 Thunderfire Cannons. So they're going to sit at the back of the board.
Yeah.
They're going to ignore cover because that's what Imperial Fists do.
Yeah.
So they're going to be -1 or -2 in the Devastator, ignoring cover, and you're going to have 3 of them, re-rolling ones to hit and wound. So you have them at the back of the board with their character, and that's what, 350 points, something like that.
Yeah.
Then I think you'll take like a little battalion, and it'll have like Torgaradon and another character in it, 3 units of scouts or something silly like that. And then, or 3 units of intercessors with the big damage guns.
Yeah.
Oh no, because you won't be pure Imperial Fist. So no, just take scouts, and then a unit of 6 assault Devastator Centurions.
Yeah.
So you can completely kick the crap out of stuff, and that will be a Siege Breaker cohort.
Yeah.
And that takes you up to like 1,000 points roughly, and then you take 1,000 points of Salamanders, and you take the awesome
Aggressors.
captain I've mentioned. You take Adrax, and then just fill it out with aggressors and stuff.
Because aggressors just abuse the hell out of Flamecraft, Crucible of Battle, and Strength of the Primarch.
All of them.
They just take the piss with all 3 of those stratagems.
All of them. Yeah.
And they just become the most devastating thing ever that gets in. And you just don't even take silly things. What am I trying to say?
Flamers.
Don't even take transports. Use that stratagem. Use that stratagem to get the aggressors up the board. They're infantry, right?
But then Centurions are better at doing it. Assault Centurions.
Better at doing what?
They abuse the strength of the Primarch more because they're flat 6 damage and they're -4 and they're strength 12.
Oh yeah, but there's
They abuse Flamecraft
yeah,
more.
but Centurions aren't quick enough though, right?
They're one inch less movement than aggressors.
Yeah, 1 inch, but then the aggressors can move and shoot. They can move, advance, and shoot still.
Oh, okay, with -1 and stuff.
No, because the flamers, right?
Oh yeah, with the flamers, yeah. Okay, I get you.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're moving and
Yeah, I think you want to be a successor chapter, right? Because you want to have the 11-inch flamers.
Okay, so go 11-inch flamers and +1 to advance then.
So, oh yeah, +1 to advance and 11-inch flamers. That could be really nice.
And then just run the aggressors up the board, flaming anything that you come into contact with.
So like that kind of list, bro. That kind of list
Yeah.
is probably what you would run currently. And then obviously just something silly to use that thing on. That stratagem.
Oh, yeah.
Just put something silly at the front that people can't use. Like a collector.
That's crap. Yeah, like a collector's.
But no, because you want your
the problem
doctrines.
is, I was just about to say, you lose your doctrines, so...
So what you want to do is you want to take, like, Adrax. Use that on Adrax because he's going to be by all of your units.
Yeah.
And then hide your stupid tough captain.
Yeah.
How are people going to kill him? Oh,
Yeah.
Now we're on to the last thing, guys. And this is what I was hoping for. This is what I was making you all wait for. Powers. Yeah? Powers. Now, Neil, this is why that captain is stupid. I'm going to give it to you now. I'm going to stop messing about, yeah? So, there is Fire Shield. They only have 2 decent powers. One is called Fire Shield. And that is, you select a friendly unit within 6. If manifested, select one friendly Salamander's unit within 18 inches of Psycho. Sorry, it's cast on a 6. Friendly unit within 18 inches until the start of your next Psycho phase. When resolving attacks made with ranged weapons against that unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. And when they're charged, subtract 1 from the charge roll. So subtract 1 from the hit roll.
Yeah.
So put that on that amazing Smash Captain. Cast that on him on a 6.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he's -1 to hit. Being as tough as he is. And then you go, actually, my other power, I'm going to cast Drakeskin on him. +1 toughness.
Oh, God.
What's his toughness now, guys? 8?
Toughness 8.
With -1 to wound? What's that now? Like, strength 7 guns are winning on 6s? Oh, sorry, guys. I mean, you want to shoot him with all of your flamers and your mortars and stuff that's strength 4? What are you winning on? 6s, -1 to wound?
Yeah.
Can't wound him?
No, because he's only toughness. Oh, if he's toughness 8, yeah.
Can't wound him?
Oh, sugar.
So you put that guy at the front and go, kill me. Kill me.
Yeah.
Just hiding behind a wall and go, kill me. Come on, kill me. It'd just be.
Oh, you can't kill that guy.
And then you'd be like, oh my god, you killed me. I'll get back up. Oh no. How mental is that?
Oh man, that
And you
guy's
thought that was bad, right?
disgusting.
You thought that was bad. Just in your Imperial fists or whatever, take a Psyker. You know, he said don't take any of them. Just take one and go, actually, I'm just going to give him Might of Heroes. Toughness 9 on that guy on the bike.
Yeah.
So you go, he's on a bike, so he's toughness 5. He's got the Forge, the Anvil of Strength. No, what's it called? The Forge Master Warlord trait. So he's toughness 7.
Oh, to get
he's
to toughness 7, man.
Toughness 7.
It's so easily stupid.
Yeah. And that's just free.
It's
just
not,
what
it's
he
not,
gets.
it's not like stratagems or psychic powers or something to get
A
to
bike and a warlord
to
trait.
get to toughness 7 with -1 to wound.
Bike
Is what he is.
Yeah.
It's a warlord trait and a relic.
Yeah. So he's toughness 5 for being on a bike, toughness 6, 7 for having a warlord trait, -1 to wound because of the relic, toughness 8 if you cast 1 power on him, -1 to hit, and toughness 9 if you cast Might of Heroes on him. So you go, oh, you're -1 to hit him, and then he's toughness 9. Yeah. You're -1 to hit him, he's toughness 9, and you're -1 to wound.
Oh, I love it. You just cast a psychic power on him and just charge him into armies and they can't wound him. Like all the strength 4 guys just can't wound him.
Yeah, strength 4 can't wound him at all.
Just charge him into assault centurions, and go, yeah, go on then, overwatch me with your 72 hurricane bolters and all your flamers. Oh wait, yeah, you can't wound me.
The problem is that they will beat the crap out of him in combat because they'll go with strength 10.
Yeah, but
So with
he's
your
like,
-1 wounding
he's
on
like
4s?
-4.
Wounding
Oh
on 4s?
no, because he can't take another relic, can he?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's just
Yeah, so you're going to punk him in combat
Yeah,
with
okay.
stuff like that. But, I mean, the thing is, it's for shooting, right? You're trying to get the rest of your army there. So you put him at the front, and you just go, well, I'm toughness 9 now. I'm just going to stand here, and you're going to shoot me with all of your missile launchers, and wound me on 6s?
Yeah.
Strength 8 would wound him on 6s.
Jesus.
Las cannons are wounding on 5s. Las cannons are wounding a dude riding a bike on 5s.
Wow. Pretty mental.
That's mad, isn't it?
But
That's what you do.
What do you do to fix that, though?
Oh, right.
There's nothing you can do, is there?
You should mortal wound him off the board, right?
No, but I mean, for GW to go, yeah, okay, that's pretty stupid.
I mean, what can they do?
Okay.
Take away the +2 toughness warlord trait? I don't know. But it's pretty cool as well. I mean, that +1 toughness is for a unit. So you can abuse that, man. You can put it on like Centurions and make them toughness 6. Then give them like +1 save against damage 1 and
Transhuman
all sorts of
physiology.
-1 to hit with shooting, transhuman physiology.
So they can get up the board.
Yeah,
These things can get
pretty
up the board.
nicely. Yeah.
We're thinking like you've got to close the gap like White Scars and Raven Guard in like a turn.
Yeah.
They won't. It'll take them a couple of turns to close the gap.
But they will get
But you
there.
can't target them and you can't kill them.
Yeah, you can't stop them getting there now. Yeah.
Man, that's really good.
It's really, really good.
Oh, I love Salamanders, man.
That is really
They're
cool,
class.
isn't it? Yeah.
Ah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Okay then, what's your salamander name?
Oh, what's my salamander name? Where's the dice? Salamander name.
Oh, you can roll like a. So this is for the
5?
So it's 50. Go on.
52.
2. So and you got to do it again.
Oh.
For your surname.
50.
54.
52, 54.
You are Nera Preshkar. Nera Preshkar.
Okay. I want to be near a kebab house. What about you?
Oh, it's salt and pepper kebab.
Oh, we'll give you an Imperial fist name.
Oh, go on then.
Alright. I'm near a kebab, guys. I'm near a kebab. That's my salamander's name.
Nera kebab.
I'm near a kebab. Go on then, Dan.
Okay then. So it's my first name is 16.
Ooh, okay.
And then my surname is 32.
32. You are Vaughan Colm.
Vaughan Colm.
Vaughan Colm.
Yeah.
You're Colm.
Both pretty rubbish.
Vaughan Colm.
Cool. Right then. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, cheers for watching, guys.
Just had my mind blown. I'm going home to cry now into my White Scars Codex.
That is just insane, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. The thing is, I think I'm going to stick with Raven Guards and Raven Guard and White Scars personally because I think they're more fun. They're just more fun, aren't they? I mean, they don't have many things that are stupid.
I don't know why you're lying to all these good people, Manny. You're going to take the most broken crap out there. So you're going to have a Salamanders guy and a bot.
No, I'm not going to take that.
And then you're going to have a Raven Guard successor chapter, and then you're going to have like a White Scar successor chapter.
No, because my favourite units are Centurions. But if I take that guy, I start putting in that guy, then I start putting in Imperial Fist Thunderfires and stuff like that, I'm going to lose all my cool units that I like to use. So I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to do that. I think it's going to be... I think that'll be boring as hell, man. Having a slow army moving up the board and not being shot in turn, it's going to be boring.
No, it's
It's
not.
going to be really boring.
Because then you get to burn everything.
It's going to be really boring.
Oh, it'd be ace, man. I love the idea of flames.
Because there's going to be guys with fast armies that are going to go, I'm just going to run away from you, then I'm going to run away from you. Oh, you got too close with your 4-inch move guys, I'm going to fly over them and get out of range on the other side. And then you go, I keep running away from you.
Yeah, well, okay then, mate. Yeah, I won by 10 points. Good game.
Yeah, by walking around.
Bruh.
By walking around doing nothing. So I mean, it's going to be boring, isn't it? It's literally going to be so boring. I think you can't do it, man. I think you can't. Well, I can't do it. I don't want to do that, man. I think that's so boring, man. I'm trying to spice up the game by taking Dread Knights, guys, and having fun with Dread Knights. So I really don't want to.
We've got some Zandri dust on the shelf. That's greenish, right?
Brown.
Cool. Right then. Anyway, guys. We will see you. What is it? Monday Night Mash. Oh, there's the Bat Reps drop in this weekend is a public one.
Oh yes.
So everyone will get to watch that, and then
see my Raven Scars baby on their first run out.
Yeah, that was Manny trying out his new Marines.
Yeah, man. I've already made changes. I've made the list better.
But it's pretty crazy as it is. So
it's a good army. So yeah, watch the battle report, guys. And if you are an elite member, I will see you on Monday/Tuesday for the weekly mashup. And if you're not an elite member, then you're a loser. Bye.
Bye.